Okay. First of all, wave to the camera.
Yo.
Say hi, Laura.
Hey, Laura.
What's up?
What's up?
Okay, first of all, hey, Leah.
Hey.
Do you know the story of how I got into this tutoring?
I think you were with me, and you went in place of my mom to the residence of Miss Karen Flitz.
That's right.
And you kind of fell in love with this job.
That's right.
And you just kind of, here you are.
Exactly. So thank you. Thank you, Karen. And I didn't know if you knew that story or not. That's good.
Mom told me so.
Oh, good, good. Yeah, and I tell that story on my website too. I don't use your name, but I tell the story. Okay, so first of all, I want to teach you something really quick that if you have been doing this tutoring for a long time, you would already know, but you don't know because, you haven't. You're just my model student. We're pretending like you're my student for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I want to teach you is it's called beats on the body. Did you ever learn that with Karen? Do you remember?
Don't remember beats on the body. No, not that. Beats.
Thanks, honey. Brett just crawled on the floor to the kitchen. Okay, let's get back to this. You ready? Okay, so beats on the body. So you know how when you were younger and you learned how to count syllables by clapping?
Yeah.
So want to do something with me? Like Leah. Do my name.
Brit. Should I do like the spelling of the word or?
Well, we're tracking the sound.
Okay.
Or like the rhythm.
Brittany.
Well, it'd be, my name is actually Brittany.
Okay, I thought of that, but you usually say Brittany. So.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. You're right. So like Britney Spears is Brittany. Right? How about Gemma? Do Gemma.
Gemma.
Yep, she's two, exactly. So let's take a longer word. How about responsible? I'll do it with you.
Responsible.
There you go. And that's kind of a longer word. So how many syllables were in responsible? Do you remember?
I think about 4.
Yep. But the tricky thing is when we are clapping to track syllables, sometimes we can lose track, right?
Yeah.
When you're clapping. So another way to track syllables is called beats on the body. Can I show you? So let's go. Gemma. That's 2. Brittany. That's 3. Let's see. Let's do your last name because it's long. Yaka.
Please don't tell them my last name.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My full last name is extremely embarrassing.
Well, just that part of your last name. I know. You have 2 last names.
Ayaka Bellingham.
Yaka Bellingham. I know you're the.
Oh wait, I just told the camera.
That's okay. Laura's the only one that's going to see this. I think it's okay. If your mom wants me to block that out, I will. But I thought it's a good example because, so that's 4, right?
Yeah.
Yakaveli. So you know when you get to your head, you're at 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's do responsible. Responsible. Good job. So now you have 4. So that's just a different way to track the number of syllables in a word, right?
Yeah. I think it's actually much easier than clapping.
I think so too. You know what the other fun thing you could do? Let's say, Leah. It's an elbow. It's an elbow. It's an elbow. Brittany. Shoulder. She's the shoulder. I learned that from Karen. That's what she does. I think it's fun. Okay, so we're going to use that later in this lesson. And I'll tell you when. It's one of our tools to dissect a word. We're like word scientists when we're doing this, okay? I think it's kind of fun. So what I want to teach you is about the S suffix. At least he's being quiet. Okay.
I was like, oh my gosh, the door's opening on its own. There's some like ghost in the house.
I thought so too. Nope, it's just my husband. Okay, so we did beats on the body. Now I want to teach you about the S suffix. Do you know, so the S suffix changes the meaning of a word. Hi, Sylvia. You're distracting too. This is not working out. It's okay. So
Sylvia's just like, won't quit.
I know. Well, it's because you're petting her. You gotta stop petting her. So the S suffix changes the meaning of a word, right? Do you know the two ways it changes the meaning of a word?
It can make it plural, and it adds one more letter on.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So yeah, but you're right. It makes it plural. And so if you add just S to like girl, then you get
Girls.
good job. You have more than one girl. Book, you get
Books.
yep. Cow.
Cows.
Yep.
More than one book is better.
Yeah, I know. That's your dream, right?
Yeah.
So we have a way with it. So with all of this, we put all of these lessons. We find a way to put it in our bodies, and that way it helps us. When studies find that if you put something in your body, so this is how we put plural in our body, or many. This is the American Sign Language for it. Many.
Many.
Good job. Good job. So S suffix means many. Many. Right? So you start with your fists on your chest, and then you open your hands and many. Many.
Many.
Yep. So girl, girls.
Girls.
Yep. Good job. And the studies show that if we were taking pictures of your brain when you did that, your brain would light up and you'd remember it better.
Whoa.
Is that cool?
Your brain lights up.
It does. It does. It's very, very
I love
cool.
my brain.
Me too. Okay, so then the other way, adding the S suffix to, so up here, all of these words, what do you notice? Are these are all nouns. Is that,
Yeah.
you remember what a noun is?
A noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. Like the idea of death. That could be it.
Yeah. Deaths, you could say. There were multiple deaths that day. It's kind of hard to say. But yeah, exactly. So these are all nouns. But what happens when you add the S suffix to a verb? Remember what a verb is?
A verb is an action word like run, jump, slide, cannonball.
Cannonball. I like that one. So add the S suffix to some of those.
Runs, climbs, cannonballs.
Good job. Yeah. So you're a swimmer, right? Is that why you're doing cannonballs?
I think it could be used to add on to a person, like the swimmer cannonballs, or the climber climbs, something like that.
So when we add that suffix to a verb, how does it change its meaning?
Well, before it's just run, but then when you add the S suffix, it changes it to something that someone does, like runs. It's now like the person runs, like it's
right now.
Yeah, right now.
Exactly.
Oh, really, there's sign language for it. Is that it? Oh,
Yeah.
jeez. Sorry, I get stiff when I'm in front of a camera. I'm just like all rigid
Just
and I
wave
can't
again.
move.
Do you know? I know you're a swimmer. Laura's a swimmer too, which is kind of cool. I'm not a swimmer. I can doggy paddle. That's about it. But you found the answer without me even hardly telling you. Right now, it's happening. So if you add the S suffix to a verb, it means it's happening right now. So like kicks. Gemma likes to play soccer, right? So she kicks the ball.
Oh, you're actually telling me plenty right now.
Good.
So
make a, you've already done it, but these are like the hang loose signs, so these are actually Y's. And good job. And again, you put it on your chest and you go like this, right now. Good.
sorry, I had to do that.
That looks good to me. Okay, so that makes sense. So adding the S suffix does two things. Can you tell me and then show me the signs?
To a noun, oh, sorry, ADHD.
You're fine.
Oh, when you add it to a noun, it makes it plural.
Yep.
Like, more than one.
Yep.
And then when you add it to a noun,
A verb.
a verb, it makes it something that someone does.
Right. Exactly. That is or is doing right now.
Yeah.
Good job. Exactly. You got it. Okay. Let's get a little trickier. You ready?
I'm ready for it.
Okay. So we have all of these words. Let me find some more words so we have more examples. So you just read maybe one line of words for me?
Wing.
You can any
So-
line.
Wings, things, pets, cats, moms, ships.
Good job. So So all those just end in s, right? What if, let me find another.
Oh, I really remember Anglo-Saxon.
Oh yeah?
I feel like there's a backstory to that.
There is. There's a history lesson.
Really?
I could have done that. So why don't you read this word?
Classes.
Oh, let's skip to this one.
Foxes.
Good job. And here's a couple more I want you to read.
Kisses. Buzzes. Fishes. Boxes. Patches.
So what do you notice that's different about this S suffix
This
compared
this
to that?
kind of makes it sound like it has an E at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And it also kind of, I make it sound like Z.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's always what it is, but that's just how I made it sound, so.
No, that's exactly right. Because actually part of this lesson would be sometimes when you have the S suffix, it sounds like S, and sometimes it sounds like Z. And I was going to teach you that, but because you haven't done foundations, I thought maybe that wouldn't be a good idea, so I didn't want to do that. But we can, since you noticed it, maybe I'll just teach you. You're super quick. So, okay, so read these words.
Cats. Laps. Books.
And how does the S sound at the end?
Cats. It kind of sounds more like a Z than an S, but.
It's a little tricky for that word. Cats.
Just can't tell really if it's an S or a Z.
Yeah, maybe that's not a good one. How about this one? How about books?
It sounds like an S.
It does. All right, now read these ones.
Lands. Crumbs. Pens. Sounds more like a Z.
You're right. You're right. And you know why that is?
Lands. Just kind of sounds wrong.
You're right. You're right. It does.
Just,
and so
I think the English people want words that rolled off the tongue.
you are very smart, Leah. That's exactly right. It's called linguistics. You know what linguistics are? Or is?
How you pronounce a word?
This is a study of sounds and language and how your mouth and your air, how you breathe when you're making a sound or saying a word, right? That makes sense? And so you're very, very wise to notice that sometimes the S suffix says S and sometimes it says Z,
I actually just noticed that right now.
which is awesome. That's great. You know why? You know why it says Z sometimes or S sometimes? So here's the linguistics reason. So, okay. So take the sound. So put your hand on your neck, on your throat, and say P, P, P. Now say B.
B. Oh my gosh, I remember this.
Maybe you did. You probably did learn a little bit of this, yeah.
I think I want to cry.
Oh, yeah. You did a little bit of this with Karen,
it's
right?
in 3rd grade.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, it's cool that you remember it. So what do you feel different between P and B?
You kind of don't feel any vibrations, but when you do B, kind of projects more and also kind of puts a little buzz in your throat, kind of like your phone vibrating.
It kind of does. And you know what we call that? So P is a whispered sound, and B is a buzzy sound.
B.
See how smart you are? You knew it. B. And so now let's do S. Do you think that's whispered or buzzy?
It's definitely whispered.
Now do Z.
I used to hate. Sorry, my mind wandered to like the time where I used to hate saying Z because it tickled my mouth.
Ah.
I just like refused to say Z.
Well, do you think that means that's perfectly related to this? Do you think that means it's whispered or buzzy?
It's definitely buzzy.
Yeah, exactly. And so here, let's do an experiment. That the last sound in this word, T, is that whispered or buzzy?
It's definitely whispered.
And then the S is whispered.
Cats.
See
Oh,
that?
I just realized something. k, k. It's like there's only one
Mm-hmm.
whispered word in the whole thing.
So the sound before, so here you do this one. P, p, and then
S.
so then the p is whispered. So then the suffix s would also be whispered. Does that make sense?
Wow, it's really relaxing to say that. Just like try it. Like
yeah, it kind of is. What about this? Is k, k. Is
that wakes me up.
But
k is whispered.
Yeah, and so then the suffix is also whispered. Does that make sense?
Oh. Yeah.
And then over here, d.
Duh is buzzy.
So then say lands.
Lands.
And
Lands.
is buzzy. So, does that make sense now?
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's the linguistics reason for it. That's you're a linguist.
Wow, I'm a linguist. I feel important when you say that.
Good.
You're a linguist, Leah. Like, I am.
Good.
Everyone bow down to me.
I won't. No. You discovered that all on your own. That is very smart of you. You could study linguistics in college. That is something you don't study until college.
Huh.
And you're only in what, 6th grade?
Mhm.
I think that's pretty cool. Okay. So let's take, here's some examples. So sometimes the S suffix ends in "ez," right? Kisses, buzzes, fishes, foxes, patches. Why?
Cause the sorry.
You don't have to know.
Cause the suffix is cause the last word other than the suffix is loud, so the suffix is loud too.
I see where you're going with that.
Sorry,
that
I'm
doesn't
really
make sense.
kind of.
But there is a linguistics reason.
I
so
kind
yes.
of got a little bit distracted there.
You're doing great, Leah. Don't worry about it.
Ugh.
So let's say we want to make kiss plural. What would we do?
We add an S, but kiss. There are already 2 S's there, so it'd be kiss.
So then how would you know there's a suffix?
You add an E.
Exactly. So we make it kisses. So let's do beats on the body with that.
Kisses.
That makes sense? So then it adds another beat. Adds another syllable. You know what's special about syllables? Every syllable only has one vowel sound.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember. It's coming back to me now. Gosh. One lesson with you is bringing so many things back from 3rd grade. This is like a time traveling experience.
Yep. Okay, so kisses. Did we do the rest?
Buzzes. Fishes.
Good job.
Foxes. Patches.
Good job. Good job. So you want to know the linguistics reason? All right, let's experiment. So obviously, the last sound in kiss is, so what you wouldn't be able to hear the suffix.
Yeah, kiss. Unless you want kiss.
That'd be weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That wouldn't make sense.
Is that like 2 words or 1 word?
Exactly. So
I will never know.
So we add es so that we can hear the suffix and hear the base word and the suffix word. Make sense? The suffix part of it. Same. So buzz. That would also wouldn't work. So this is also linguistics because it's just how it's working in your mouth and how the sounds are coming out and how it evolves and feels natural and on your tongue, just like you were saying. Okay. So the other reason, other than each of these sounds kind of ends in the sound, so then it's hard to hear the suffix, the S suffix. There's also, all of these sounds are at the front of the mouth. So let's experiment. Obviously, we know that's at the front. It's at the front. You feel that's at the front of your mouth?
It kind of is.
And it kind of ends at the front of your mouth. Starts at the back, ends at the front.
Kind of goes like a roll. Just does like.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's real nice.
Feel that at the front? Yeah. So that's the other reason, because the S sound is also at the front. And so you need a sound in between so that you can hear the two different sounds. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I have a fun story. We're almost done. Want to hear a fun story about why?
I love stories.
Good. There's so many stories in this. All right. This is our fun story about why S needs a bodyguard sometimes to make ES. Okay.
My guess. Can I guess? Because it is incapable of self-defense, and it needs a bodyguard because, well, the other one was training karate.
Yeah.
It's just like, you're hired.
Exactly. So imagine your mom and dad go out for a date and there's no babysitter. And they say, Gemma, you're in charge. What would you think about that?
Just like, I'd probably be cursing inside my head. I'd just be like, yo, what the? What's going on here?
And if Gemma told you what to do, would you listen to her?
No.
Mm-mm. Exactly. So this is kind of like that. But imagine if Gemma had a bodyguard. Big, strong, looks like a big old football player with like big arms, really tall. Maybe looks like Vin Diesel or The Rock or something like that. And he was with her everywhere she went. Then when she was in charge and she told you to do something, he would stand right next to her like this.
Then I would still say no, because I'm stubborn. But let's say if it was another person, I would probably be like, yeah.
Okay, well maybe if it was another person, but you still wouldn't listen to your little sister if Edgar was standing there?
Yeah, I'd just be like...
Well, imagine he was so scary that you maybe would.
No matter how scary it was, I'd probably just be like, oh, heck no.
Okay.
Sorry, it's just my stubborn nature.
Oh.
No matter how scared I am, I'm just going to be like, no.
Okay. Well, imagine you weren't so stubborn and he was scary and when she had her bodyguard with her, you did what she said.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's Edgar. Look, that E is for Edgar. He's the bodyguard. He has to come in and guard the S suffix and help the S suffix get its way by being at the end of these words that end in S or sh or ch or x sounds.
Yeah.
Or z sounds. Does that make sense?
I feel kind of sad thinking about it now. I'm just like, Gemma being in charge of me. Oh.
No, that wouldn't be fun. Okay.
Oh man, why am I feeling like that?
Okay, I'm going to teach you one more thing real quick and then we're going to do some spelling. You ready? So there are some words that end in s, and it's not a suffix, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you think of some?
Well, there's also kiss, and then there's dis. Like
would work.
that was a dis.
Yeah, that would work. This down.
I keep thinking there's one more.
House.
Miss.
Miss, yeah. House.
Yeah, house. No, house ends in an E.
Oh, it does, but it ends in the sound S of S, right?
House.
So how do you know it's not plural?
'Cause it doesn't have an S at the end.
Well, because you know how it's spelled. What about dense?
Dense. You don't know because there's usually an S at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Denses or denser.
Mm-hmm. So what I think is that you're just smart and you can see the word in your head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that means you have a strong sketch pad. That's good. That's good. But for some kids, they can't see those letters or words in their mind's eye. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so for them, the way we teach is like, so if you hear the word house and you don't know if it's the S is meaningful, because remember the suffix S is meaningful because it changes the meaning of the word. It makes the word plural or it makes it mean right now. Right? Make sense? So that's a meaningful S. But S's that are just part of a word, part of the root word, they're not meaningful. So like house, if you were to take S off of house, you would have how. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense. Can I have a how?
No.
No.
Or maybe it's just like, can I have a house? Wow.
Right.
Unless it was like an arena chant, but that's
Right.
not.
What about please? Can I have a please? You kind of have a please.
Can I have a please?
Meaning, what I'm trying to say is if we were to take this off the end, we're trying to figure out if it's plural or not. So like if we were to take the word girls and take this off the end, you would have
Girl.
right, and that makes sense. That's a word, a real word, right? So if we were to take, what about Greece?
Grease.
So take this off.
Gree.
Does that make sense? Can you give me some gree?
No. I don't know what gree is.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
kind of confused. Just like, what the heck is gree?
And that's how you know it's not a suffix. That's how you know that it's part of the word. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
And so there are lots of ways that words end in s. There's the suffix like we've learned, or es. There's also some words end in se. Some words, so this is the root plus an s to make it plural, or right now. Some words end in ce, so like face, sauce, slice. And then also x, because x, and s, like flux, jinx, fix, box. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is called a spell sort. So what I'm going
Spell sword?
so I'm going to give you words to spell, and I'll show you, okay?
Do I get to, is it memory?
Yeah.
Just like
But
random?
if you're not sure, say lifeline, and I'll tell you. I'll help you, okay? So there's several ways to end a word with an S sound, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're not going to do, probably could do the double S, but I'm not going to do double S's. Okay, so does this make sense? So these are all, so I'm going to give you a word, and then you pick where it goes, and you spell it.
Okay.
Okay? So let me get to my word list. Okay? And if it's ES, you can also just put it here. Oops, that doesn't look right. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Forts. He likes to build forts in his room.
Forts?
Yep, good job. How about pets? She loves pets. Good job. Fox. The Fox and the Hound is one of my favorite movies.
Really? Have you shown Blaze it?
Not really. I just made that up. I haven't shown him that, but I do like it. It is a cute movie. Okay, hose. Can you please wrap up the garden hose? Good job. I see. How about race? Run the race as fast as you can.
I thought it was brave. I was like, okay.
Race.
Brave.
Good job. Choice. She has no choice in the matter. Good job.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. This is the first thing that comes to my head.
Yeah, it's okay. But
Okay, how about sniffs? The dog sniffs his food. Good job. So why don't you put it on your bunny?
Sniffs. Sniffs. Maybe just like one. Sniffs.
Good job.
Oh man.
So now put this on your body. What does that say?
This? Or,
That you wrote.
Sniffs. Oh,
But you
sorry.
wrote, and you're doing great, Leah.
You mean what I wrote, like how it would be pronounced?
Yeah. How would you pronounce that?
Sniffus. Sniffus. Oh man.
So that's why we put it on our body, because I said sniffs, right?
Sniffs.
Did I say sniffers?
Sniffus. That'd be funny. But no, you didn't.
Good job. So can you fix it? So erase the whole thing and then write it again. Oh yeah, and say it while you write it.
Sniff.
Good job.
Or, yeah, I keep adding ES.
I know. And you know what the reason for that? Can I tell you? That if you write something incorrectly or say something incorrectly and you do it too many times, it gets stuck incorrectly. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
So that's why you gotta be careful. But you did it right. So what's the word? Can you put it on your body again?
Sniffs.
Good job. Okay, you're fine. How about rose? No, Jeannie, don't look at my words.
Well, I didn't see.
I know, I'm just messing with you. You're fine. How about
I'm a cheater and I will look at everything. And I'm nasty and evil.
I have to say I did it when I was your age, but you should not. It's not good.
I'd never do that.
I believe you.
Unless it was absolutely necessary for me to not flunk 6th grade.
You don't need to. You're smart.
I will go to any measures.
How about slice? Will you cut me a slice of cake, please?
Now I'm hungry.
Me too. All right. How about paws? The dog's paws were muddy.
Oh.
Just why I put in the sentence. Perfect. How about sips? She sips her coffee carefully.
Or maybe it's without the E. Sips.
Yeah, put her on your body.
That looks wrong. Sips. So without the E?
Because if it had the E, how would it go?
Sippus.
And it sips. Good job. All right, I'm trying to find some more ES words. I don't think there's any on a list, so I just gotta. Go back. Oh yeah, I was supposed to have you do that. Oh well. Okay. Classes. How many classes do you have this year? Can you put it on your body?
Classes.
Good job. How about coaches? Do you have any coaches this year?
Not currently, because half of the year we do tech and... Oh shoot, I shouldn't have answered that.
You can. No, it's a question. You have swim coaches, right?
No, we don't do swimming this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
Oh, really?
It's only for the 3rd grade. It's only for the 1st graders through 4th graders. Wow, this pen is sparkly. This pencil's sparkly.
Yeah. But your mom takes you guys swimming still, right?
Yeah, not as much. Not regularly.
That's okay. You guys are good swimmers. All right,
Yeah.
let's just do a couple more. How about chases? Good job.
Oh yeah, where is Blaze right now?
They're at a neighbor's house.
Oh, the one.
Not that one. About a block away. That's where they go when I'm teaching.
Oh, okay.
How about poses? She poses for the picture. All right. Box. Did you pack the box? Okay. Face. You're doing great. Nose. As in what's on your face. Good job. How about houses? How many houses do you have?
Okay.
We should be telling you to say it as you write it, but you're doing great.
Houses.
You put it on your body?
You know, houses.
Good job. Okay. How about, I think you've spelled enough. What do you think?
Whatever you think.
Okay.
I'm really fine with anything.
Does it all make sense to you?
I think it makes pretty good sense. You've actually taught me some new things that I didn't know before.
That's good, because you thought I was just going to teach you stuff you already knew, right?
Yeah. I was just like, oh, this is gonna be easy.
It was pretty easy.
Only not as obnoxiously
as you thought it might be. That's good.
I didn't actually think it as obnoxiously as I just said it. I was just like, oh, this is gonna be pretty easy.
Sweet. Okay.
But then I just realized, oh, there's some things I don't know here. This might be a little bit bumpier than I thought.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. But you learned it and you got it.
Yeah, I think I got it.
Sweet. Is that what I said? Nice. Let's wave by the camera.
Bye.
Bye, Laura.
Bye.